Okay, welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive.
Hello.
This is where we take your sources, could be notes, articles, research papers, and really boil them down to what matters.
Yep, extracting the core knowledge for you.
And today, we're tackling something pretty central to how modern software gets built and released, the CI/CD pipeline.
That's right. We've got material here that seems focused on DevOps automation, specifically implementing these pipelines.
So our mission today, get straight to the heart of it from these notes. What is a CI/CD pipeline, really? Why is it so important? And, how's it structured?
Let's do it. So first off, how does this material actually define a DevOps pipeline?
It looks like it frames it as a combination, really. Automated processes and tools.
Okay, processes and tools,
Yeah.
and the goal.
The main idea seems to be enabling collaboration, getting developers and operations folks working together smoothly to build code and critically deploy it to production.
Right, so it's about that flow from dev to production.
Exactly. But the notes here really stress doing it faster and safer
Hmm.
within a structured setup.
Faster and safer, that's the constant aim, isn't it? So why is having this pipeline considered so fundamental for, building a DevOps culture? What do the sources say?
Well, the material points out that you need the right tools, but also the right process. The pipeline is that process, basically.
Ah, okay. It's the structure that makes the speed and safety possible.
Yeah, it seems that way. It's the automation framework that lets you release often, but also have safety nets to catch problems early. Without it, achieving both speed and safety consistently is just much harder.
Makes sense. Okay, so the source then dives into some key concepts. CI, CT, CD. Actually, two CDs listed here. And CM. How does it break those down?
All right, first up is CI continuous integration. The source defines this as automating how you find integration problems early on.
So developers merge code often, automated tests run right away.
Yeah, exactly. Catch those clashes before they snowball.
Good stuff. Then CT, continuous testing.
This one's described as getting to a state where you can, one click, deploy a production-ready version after it gets the okay. Suggests a lot of automated testing behind that approval.
Interesting. So testing that specific candidate for release, that seems to be the focus here. Then continuous delivery, the first CD. This is about automated deployment, but the notes explicitly say without human operation. And it mentions automated regression testing, too, to prevent nasty side effects.
Okay, fully automated deployment. That's significant. But then there's that second CD, which this source ties somehow to continuous monitoring, CM. That feels a bit unusual.
It does. It's a specific take in this material. While many just see the second CD as deployment all the way to prod, this source connects it to the result of monitoring.
The result, how so?
It talks about an automated response linked to cutting down MTTD, mean time to detect, and MTTR, mean time to resolve.
Ah, so they're calling the outcome of good monitoring, that rapid automated response, a form of continuous deployment.
It seems that way, yeah. Less about the act of deploying, more about the system's continuous ability to self-heal or react quickly because of monitoring. It's an interesting perspective from this source.
Definitely a specific interpretation. And CM itself is just monitoring.
Pretty much. Listed simply as monitoring. But tying it to that second CD highlights its role in, closing that feedback loop after code goes live.
Right, okay. Let's try and visualize the whole flow then, based on the diagram this source provides. Where does it kick off?
Starts where you'd expect. Development, requirement gathering, the initial idea phase.
Makes sense. Then it flows into CI, continuous integration.
Correct. That's where code gets merged, unit tests run, the build happens, and you get what they call a CI test version.
And that version goes into CT, continuous testing.
Yep. In CT, that build is deployed to a test environment, integration tests are run, and the result is called a CT PROD version. Basically, something that looks ready for production based on integration testing.
Okay, CT PROD version, leading to continuous delivery, CD.
Exactly. That's the delivery step, ending with a CD PROD version. This one's poised for deployment, maybe needing that final approval click we talked about.
And that, in this flow, feeds into the second CD, continuous deployment, the one linked to automated response.
That's how the diagram lays it out. It shows automated deployment without manual intervention, plus automated regression, and then it transitions straight into
continuous monitoring by CM.
Right, where the system's watched, and that automated response capability for MTTD, MTTR comes into play.
Seeing it laid out like that really shows how automation pushes code along, stage by stage, from idea to running in production safely.
Yeah, it's not just concepts. It's a clear sequence of actions and results, all automated for speed and safety.
And of course, you can't do this without tools. The source mentions designing the pipeline and toolchain.
It does, and it makes a really vital point. You need the right tools integrated with the right process. It's not just about buying software.
So the design involves picking tools for each stage, Dev, CI, CT, CD, CM, and making them work together seamlessly within that flow we just described.
Precisely. The tool chain builds the pipeline. It makes the process real.
Okay, so bringing it all together, we've looked at what the pipeline is, the core ideas like CI, CT, CD, that interesting take on the second CDCM link, the end-to-end flow, and the role of tools, all based on this source material.
And if you think about that relentless focus on automation finding issues super early in CI/CD, having these structured stages and then that automated response loop with monitoring, it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
what?
Well, how does adopting a pipeline that's really designed end to end like this fundamentally change how a team even thinks about software releases?
Yeah.
Beyond just speed.
Yeah, it's more than just technical plumbing, right?
Yeah.
It must shift the mindset around quality, collaboration, releasing itself. How does building this change the way people work and think?
That's the question to ponder.
A really powerful point to end on. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into CI/CD pipeline design based on your source material.
Thanks for listening, everyone.